on into Woodyard. We got a brand new machine coming. It should be here in about 15 minutes. A machine that makes a lot of wood. Probably, as far as machines go, this one's probably made more firewood than almost any other machine that I've seen before. And it's going to be here in a little bit. It's an old machine, but it's a machine that has produced thousands and thousands of cords of wood. And you're going to see it here working. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. So like I said in yesterday's video, we're going to be running the big girl. We're going to be processing some wood, and the new machine just got here. It's an old machine, decrepit, broke down, probably not going to work very good, but we're going to put it to work. Tractor started, machine's running. I put the trailer in place, and I'll show you the old machine that just got here. It's ugly. It doesn't work very good. It's half crippled. It's got bad joints, bad knees, bad everything. There he is. There's the machine. Ken's here for a few days and we're gonna make wood.
Get to play on a coyote. Slow coyote.
He's gonna load me. And we're gonna do resplits and we're gonna go up to Jason. So Ken's gonna be here for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. We're gonna cut a bunch of wood and process wood. So we're gonna get to work.
Should have did this before it froze.
Well, it's been like that. It's been not used for 2 months. That should be loose enough. Should be able to break it loose. Oh.
Move that. Take some more out. That's pretty good. Oh, we're gonna play with the tractor. Try to get the head to get that one loose too. Oh yeah.
So what I'm doing here is just cycling all of the actions, you know, running the elevator, running the saw, running the infeed table, the infeed trough, the clamp, the live deck, just kind of running everything, making sure everything's working because we haven't used it in a while. Like here, I'm making the wedge go up and down, and then the discharge door, opening that, closing that. Just kind of getting everything loosened up. A lot of the stuff was frozen. There was obviously ice and, you know, water that froze in there, so everything was kind of tight. I had to pound loose the actual wedge because there's a crack down where it slides down in, and that had frost in it or water and it was froze, so I had to pound in the top to break that loose. You saw us pounding on the elevator paddles because the chain was kind of frozen in the bottom, and then up on top the infeed trough where the logs come down, that was all frozen, so just had to kind of get everything loosened up. Even though we had the machine running for a good 15-20 minutes before we started, it just took a while for everything to kind of get going. You can see the saw right here, how slow it is. It's getting faster and faster with each cut, and we want to keep it fairly slow because everything is cold. I don't want to speed it up really. And a lot of the logs are pretty big stuff you're going to see on these cuts that we're doing here over the next few days. And so because the logs were good size, you know, there's a lot of 16, 18, even a couple of them that were 20, 22 inches that pretty much at the maximum. I really don't want to have a lot of bar speed because a lot of the wood is dry. When it's dry, it cuts a little harder. Like, for instance, ash cuts really hard if you got big ash logs because it's very dry wood. So you want the wood to actually be green cut. It's what cuts and splits the best. So yeah, a lot of this is 50% dry. Some of it's 100% dry. So I'm just kind of getting things working here and kind of getting back in the swing of things because I haven't run the processor in a very long time. So I'm not trying to go fast here, just trying to take my time and make sure everything's going good, make sure everything's going the way it should as far as how fast it works. Obviously a lot of things that you develop over time you kind of forget if you haven't run in a while. Like, I forgot to put the tip-up tray in place when you got your last log because it falls in crooked a lot of times. And I kept forgetting that till later in the day when I kind of figured it out. The actual wedge needed to go a little higher here. Kenny's up on top because we had 2 logs drop in, and I had him go up there and push one back. It's just easier sometimes than having it run out the back. But you can see here, the wedge actually needed to go up about 3 or 4 inches. I raised it up in a little bit here because the top pieces coming out of the wedge you can see are good. And because the wood is fairly dry, there's a lot of sawdust flying. The bar wasn't oiling very good at all for some reason. I don't know if it was frozen where the oiler comes out or if it was just full of sawdust and debris. It wasn't oiling like it should. Normally you just barely touch the oiler valve and you can increase it from a drip every, you know, second or two to as much as a drizzle to where it's almost like peeing on it. You want it to just kind of be a steady drip coming out the bottom so that you get plenty of oil on the bar. But it was pretty dry here. I had to open it up a good, probably 3/4 of a turn before I got it to drip, and I had to clear some of the sawdust away from where it drips out. It's kind of got a little port, just similar to what a regular chainsaw would have. There's a hole that leaks out the bottom of the bar where it comes out. But yeah, I got it to oil eventually, but it wasn't oiling like I would have liked. What I really needed to do was to take the bar completely off, clean out everything on it, and put it back on. But that's kind of an ordeal to do that, and it was like 7 degrees, and I did not feel like having bare hands out there for half an hour that would have taken me to do all that. So we're just kind of making it work, and I did check the bar oil several times to make sure that it was getting more and more. I just kept opening it up. The saw is starting to cut a little faster, as you can see here. The wind is out of the west, which means that I'm going to get all the sawdust and spray right in my face because I face west here. You can see the sun at my back. It's early morning here, but you can see the sawdust. Oh, it flies back and you're breathing it. I really probably should have on a mask. For sure, I should have glasses on. I put some on later in the day, I think, because you get all that sawdust flying right in your face all the time. But you can see the bar's cutting a little faster now as we're going. The wedge is working good. Starting to get the infeed a little more precise as far as a piece drops, you go forward, and then as your ram push plate goes back, you bring the next log in kind of simultaneously. But it takes a while to get in a groove. I'm not a real fast operator. Yeah, and remembering to drop another log in, because you got about 10 things all at one time happening. You've got a guy driving around you in a tractor, bringing logs, loading the live deck. He's moving the trailer, keeping debris out from falling, just kind of supervising everything. And you're watching, obviously, the cuts, you're watching your drop tray, you're watching the ram, you're watching the size of the pieces, you're watching the elevation of your wedge up and down. You got to watch for the length of the cuts. Like here, I'm cutting a cookie off. You got to open the kick-out door there. Make sure it falls out, because if it doesn't, it can get wedged in there. There, I forgot to push the drop tray, so your piece dropped in end first instead of sliding in the horizontally the long way like you want it to. You're watching the speed of the elevator to make sure your logs are going up properly, making sure your elevator's not getting jammed. You're making sure the trailer's not overfilling. And yeah, there's just a lot going on. Plus you got 9 levers, and of the 9 levers, I think 5 of them do 4 things, and the other ones do 2 things. So you literally have your hands full. It'd be nice to have a third hand when you're running a manual splitter, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually kind of fun. If you are looking, or you're in the market for getting a processor, my advice, spend the extra money, get the joysticks. I've run a 48C up at our buddy Ed Rurup's, and I've run them at a couple of the logging shows, just playing around. They're so much better. It's just so much more efficient, so much easier. A monkey could easily operate it, whereas here, you got to be on your toes. So I think I can shut up for a little while and just let the machine do its thing. You guys can watch. Enjoy. we've done a bunch of logs here. We filled up both of the big trailers, and we got a partial on the little trailer, and we had a log go sideways in the splitting chamber and it jammed, so we decided just to quit for now. So we got to start on this one. Mostly done. We're going to take the Ultra over there to the 2 trailers, and we're going to resplit one of them now into the bin. We're going to set the elevator up, and we'll get one done, then we're going to go get some lunch, and we're going to start all over again. We're going to take out a whole bunch of this trash. We're just clogging it up. We're going to put it into the bin here, and then we're just going to throw in the stuff that needs to go back, because we're kind of just fighting ourselves here. So yeah, 12. We got the 16 way in, and it just creates a ton of trash, as you can see. That's the bad thing. The good thing is that we're not resplitting nearly as much. Oh, there's a good piece of wood right there. Yeah, well, this stuff will just get dumped in the woods back there. That's all chip stuff on that side. 3 jobs. Find some wood. That's all on the bottom, I'm sure. Yeah, big to it. Why people get them? Yeah. If I did twice the volume, I'd have one. I guess it's hard to justify one. That's good. Always come in here with the grapple and just kind of fluff it and pull out whatever. We can get the bucket on later, maybe.
I sure was good. I put it right in my piles.
Yeah, I did know you were good. Yeah, it would look like this. That's good. I just want to see the nice big chunks. I think we're good. Good enough.
Long ways to go. What's that? Keep coming all the way. splitter over. I'm gonna move the splitter over, and I'm gonna bring this over a little bit into that corner maybe. And we'll bring that trailer over here. Try to go straight on maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I just shove it off. I'll let it takes too long. Where's the battery going? Not that much in here. It's easy to You can't put stoppers on here like mine. Well, Tony had his mounted there. Yeah. See, I did that welded a piece of angle in it. Yeah. And it doesn't catch anymore. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Right. That's a lot of good wood right here, man. Yep. Excellent for starting fire. Yep. It's good. So there's one trailer load right there. We'll knock that down a little bit. We swung the elevator over a little bit, so we'll fill up in this corner and we'll just kind of keep moving it back and forth. So when we get back from lunch, we're gonna hit that one next. There you go. We made some wood today. We were going to do more, but the chain on the saw was super dull. Bert started running and it was just cutting super slow. And that was cutting crooked. So we decided that was enough for one day. So 2 big loads and then a small one, and it's all in the bin. I'll show you that in just a minute. We had the elevator jam a couple times.
3 times.
We had a piece go sideways in the splitting chamber and it got jammed on the 16-way.
Always something.
And we made a lot of debris. The 16-way makes a lot of debris.
You can take a picture of that over there.
Yeah, I'll go over there, walk over there and show you that. It's a lot, it's amazing. But we got a bunch done tomorrow. We're gonna do a bunch more. We got lots to do. And I'll show you the bin over here, what we got in it so far. And what's in the debris bin over here. There's a bunch over there. It was nice having somebody load me and doing the resplits takes time. It wasn't that bad for resplits. We only had, I would say maybe 15, 20% resplits.
20%.
Yeah, something
I
like
figured 20%.
Yeah. So there's the elevator. A lot of people want to know what kind it is. A lot of people ask. It's a Loyal Manufacturing, Roth, whatever, Roth Loyal. There it is. There was the number. We figure there's about 3 full cords in here, give or take, something like that. I don't know, but it's all done. By using the elevator, we tried to keep it so that it was, pretty clean. A lot of the wood is dry. Some of it's half dry, but the 16-way, this is all the debris we got over here from the 3 trailer loads full that we did. We just pushed it out the back. So I would guess from 3 full cords, there's probably a face cord or a third of a cord of debris. But you're gonna get that. There's always gonna be debris. And a lot of guys are like, oh, you should burn this. Well, come and get it. You can have it.
Come and get it. I mean, if that was at my house, I would put that in a barrel and put it in the garage.
Yeah.
I would just throw handfuls in every morning.
Yeah. Well, and Bert could scoop this up and he could take it up to his boiler and then throw it in. But we've got so much wood here. It's just...
Well, another thing too, this being its bark off, that outer layer is all powder.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of this
There's
here.
powder
a lot
stuff.
Of this powdery stuff under the bark.
Yeah, so that makes it look worse. But then you're not dealing with bark either.
No, right. So, yeah, there it is. That's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to do some more. And then the next day we're going to Jason's. We're going to do some, Kenny's going to do some hand cutting. He's got a bunch of telephone poles and lodge poles we're going to be cutting. And Jason's going to be running his processor and his forwarder. And he told me that he's going to make Kenny run his forwarder. His skidder.
Only if he's got the controls right. If they're not right, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I know. So that's it for today, folks. See you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Good night, everybody.